listening to Let's Go JoJo, the weekly JoJo's Bizarre Adventure podcast from Dynamite in the Brain and Secret of the Salem Madness. On today's show, we have Anthony Askew.
Hello.
Dwayne Maloney.
Hello.
Niall Flanagan.
Yo, yo.
And me, Brian Smith. This week's episode, The Lovers, Part 1. But first, it's very racist a word, that, The Lovers. But first, the week in JoJo's news. The first bit of JoJo's news is that Bandai Premium have JoJo's polo shirts and t-shirts for sale. And that was pretty much everything I was getting daily in the Google alerts.
Wow.
Where's
this Bandai?
It's their Japanese merchandise site.
Why always Japanese?
You look at the price and you'll go, oh well, I wasn't going to buy them anyway at that price. If I remember correctly, they're like 5,000 yen or something.
Isn't that like 30 quid or something bizarre? Sure,
that £30 is pretty bizarre. Is that the most bizarre amount of money you can think of?
Well, in terms of how the conversion goes, I think it's expensive for a t-shirt.
Yeah, I think it might be even more than that. I don't know.
Jeez.
Who can possibly tell? It is €36. There you go.
36 euros. I don't know. Well, ask me again come winter. Maybe I'm on it then.
They just seem to be like the colours of various characters, and then just like a little logo, like a polo shirt should have. And the other bit of JoJo's news is that JoJo Stationery is being released July, August, along with Haikyuu Stationery, Kuroko's Basketball Stationery, Gintama Stationery, and One Piece Stationery.
Are you getting like little like guys you can put on top of your pencil?
No, I think it's like branded notebooks and mechanical pencils and things.
I'd rather have the little guys and it's not top of your pencil. Maybe it's an eraser as well. Like, that would be a real bonus too.
I think it's aimed more at older audience than the ones who have pencil toppers.
Oh, okay. It would be the same pen that the possessed nurse stabbed the guys with in episode 2.
Well, then you definitely won't work.
Product placement, yeah.
Blood's still on it.
I'm sure there must be anime pencil toppers you can get, but I wonder which series they're from.
There's gotta be. Well, I'm sure if you're like buying cereal in the mid-90s or even before then, you might be able to get some pencil toppers, because that's the only way when they were in vogue.
I get some Star Platinum fists for your pencils. That'd be pretty good.
That's actually a good idea.
Anyone else got any JoJo's news? Because that's all I got.
I just had a silly picture of what's in there? Here we go. It's I saw floating around. It's just the Flintstones if they were JoJo. So you got Fred Flintstone as JoJo.
I don't understand.
That's actually really good. Is that what's his name? Barney. Barney Rubble is just that's genius.
Well, I guess he's blonde, so yeah.
I know. It's just going to
I like how he's got the 12 o'clock shadow of Fred Flintstone.
Okay, let's move on to the episode. Lovers, Part 1. Our heroes arrive in Karachi by a very swish carriage they picked up between episodes.
Yeah, they really needed to explain. It's like, oh, they just managed to get a carriage. Where'd you get that thing? It looks amazing.
Stole it. went out in a bet.
With Enya in tow. And of course, the first thing they're going to do as soon as they arrive in Karachi is buy some kebabs.
Brilliant.
In fact, Joseph is salivating as he's going to haggle over some kebabs. So he
hamburger of the Middle East.
Yes. We'll get to all the details later. Anyway, yes, so the kebab shop owner, though, turns out to be Dan of Steel, or Steely Dan.
As he's clearly saying out loud.
Yes. In disguise. And he kills Enya using a bud of Dio's flesh. He then inserts his stand, the lovers, into Joseph's ear. This stand amplifies any pain that Dan feels in the body of the victim that has his stand inside it. So Jotaro distracts Dan while the rest of the gang find a TV set so that they can send Hierophant Green and Silver Chariot on a fantastic voyage into Joseph's brain. And that is pretty much the entire episode.
Oh, there is so much to it.
There is a lot to it, but that is a synopsis of what happens this episode.
Yeah.
First up, I gotta say, I love the entire explaining how to haggle sequence. That was so good. The commentator got so much use in that time.
And he also saved them a lot of animation in the style they did.
It really did.
In education vision.
But yeah, that was their things everybody knows about this country.
So are they in Turkey or Pakistan?
They're still in Pakistan.
Yes.
They're in Karachi. So.
I wasn't entirely sure, because isn't that known to be in Turkey as well, the haggling thing?
Oh, I think, yeah, it's a general Middle East.
Yeah. I was like, okay, he'll say way too much, then you gotta say way too small, then you gotta say, no, that's fucking too rich for my blood, I'm gonna leave, wait a minute, I'll cut you a deal. It's like, now it's haggling time.
Yeah, it was almost like one of those Disney Goofy cartoons where Goofy should have to do something with the narrator.
Which is perfect, because we got Joseph in the place of Goofy, so that works out absolutely fine.
He still gets stung in the end. He still loses out.
And I like the fact that even though he's in disguise, Steely Dan is thinking, oh, I've got a great deal on this as well.
Yeah, initially I was thinking, why doesn't he attack them while they don't know that he's the kebab shop owner? And it's like, oh, it's because he's actually just an asshole, as we find later on.
I'll play along. This is pretty fun.
The thing is, he does say that he normally sells them for whatever, so perhaps
he must be a kebab shop owner.
Job, yeah.
Yeah. That must be his shop. They just happen to stop at his one shop.
When Dio was scouring the world for 10 years, he said, no, this guy is on the possible pathway to my lair, so maybe I'll just
if they go down this road in Pakistan, they might get a kebab, and therefore he's the perfect guy to hire.
Well, yes. I think he's pretty certain of that, because obviously Joseph was raised in England, so
he loves kebabs.
He's going to love a kebab. Yeah. That's why he's salivating. The mere sight of a kebab.
Thinking about it, yeah.
Sure, obviously the lads are on the tear last night. There's a whole story about that horse and car that's not being told there. They had a wild night in the town, and they've been out for ages. Just need something to fill their stomachs with. Anything at all.
A kebab is like the Middle East equivalent of pork pie. Oh dear.
What else did I have down here? And good farewell, sweet Enya.
Oh yeah, that was kind of sad. I was hoping she'd stick around a bit longer. What are you talking about? She's great.
Why were you sad? Well, why on earth were you
She's
sad?
a lunatic.
She's great.
Even Polnareff was divided on the fact that, yes, this little old lady may have been involved in the rape and murder of my sister, but she is still a little old lady. Does not want to see her get murdered by tentacles flying out her head.
Yeah,
and she's got guts, even though she has been discarded by Dio. She won't reveal a secret to the very, very end. She's true to her word.
Yeah, I did like the Joseph thing of going wait a minute, I should ask her now that she's been betrayed by Dio. Hey, what's Dio's powers? We need to know. And the other lads were like, oh shit, that's a really good idea.
Oh, shouldn't have did it sooner. And poor Dio all alone. He's got no one to talk to back in Egypt except for vanilla ice and pet shop. But he's only like a falcon. He can't say anything. He's going to be so bored out there. I suppose you can always watch the Joseph telly and just keep an eye on them, just purr on them, see what they're doing.
Joseph telly. Is that the new Netflix subscription?
It does show you what you want to see, so if you wanted to see a film real bad, you could probably just watch it on the telly.
Not very good quality, admittedly. But,
no, not really.
Yeah, well, Dio's walking in the modern day. He's amazed by these moving pictures, the talkies they call them.
Yeah, it was sad to see her go, and another bit of censorship for, I guess, worms coming out of her eyeballs. That's going to need to be censored a little bit.
It wasn't as.
Yeah, I'm surprised how much was shown.
Yeah, how much was
Really
shown? It's
surprised.
quite.
Let me get this guy now. Steely Dan, Steely Dan.
Dan of Steel. I'm pretty sure the subtitle said Dan of Steel.
It did, yes.
Yeah. He's a new guy. He's what's he? Played by Daisuke Kishio, and
Great voice.
He was Soichi in a 12 Minute City, like the main witchy guy. He was Ray in DD Fisted and All Star, and he was the Japanese voice of Remy in Ratatouille.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
He's the ILC's Bumblebee in Transformers Animated.
Mm.
Bizarre.
And for all you Street Fighter fans, Anthony, he's the voice of Cody in Street Fighter 4.
I didn't pick up on that, but I have to play Cody tonight and
See if you can compare.
yes, and compare. Steely Dan.
Yeah, he's probably the biggest jerk yet in a
Oh my
series that has had lots of jerks in it.
Like, up to this point, it was probably the biggest jerk was, what's your man's name with the golden goo?
Darryl Rubber Soul.
Rubber Soul. Yeah. That guy was an asshole, but he was actually actively trying to murder people. Freaking Steely Dan's just being an asshole.
Just slapping children.
Oh dear. That, he has Jotaro on his own when the other lads run off. And he's just being a jerk to him. It's like, hey Jotaro, I'm gonna rob your wallet. That's a nice watch. Mine now. I'm just like, what are you doing? Attack him or something.
You can't. You can't.
He's trying to provoke him.
No. Why isn't Steely Dan attacking Jotaro?
Because he wants Jotaro to kill his own grandfather.
He wants to be a total jerk, you know.
Yeah.
He's kind of just wandering around. Oh, what's this? A ditch. Be a real shame if I fell in, huh? It's like some kind of reverse protection racket.
Yeah, because regardless of what they do, in 10 minutes, a bud is going to explode inside Joseph's brain anyway.
I guess that's true, yeah.
And then he says he's going to do the same to Jotaro, so he might as well just...
he thinks he has it won, I guess. I'd be just beating him with a stick, but I'm sensible like that.
He's probably just having some fun, you know. He's been stationed in his fun backwater podunk town, you know. He's just like, nothing to do here, so I'm going to have a bit of fun with these guys when I get a chance.
Yeah, do you think there's loads of agents of DO who are just located all over the world, who do nothing, just nothing happens to them during the entire...
You think there's a tarot card like the Two of Cups that we hadn't seen because
Yes.
we didn't go down that road? It could be.
All the little goons, little henchmen.
They just happen to go down the roads of major arcana for some reason.
Yeah, or they were Happy Families cards. There was Mr. Bun the Baker was his stats.
That sounds scary.
One of them got the top trumps card for David Seaman. Yes, Jotaro, you will see that my mustache reading is 95. You can't defeat it.
Oh man.
All their stands are based on the 1986 World Cup Panini sticker album.
He's got a shiny.
I guess if you run out of cards, that's a good way to go about it.
Well, they do eventually, but they just do the different ones. So what they supposedly what tarot cards are based off, these old Egyptian slabs, which is, I'm just thinking now there's a bit of a Yu-Gi-Oh correlation there because they play a card in modern day that's based off the ancient Egyptian slabs too.
But they were as holograms and not psychic ghosts.
Unless the holograms are actually real because of
that's right.
weird magic stuff.
So what was the film inspiration in this one? I was thinking Inner Space.
Yeah.
Or Fantastic Voyager.
Okay.
I've not seen Inner Space.
I saw it in the cinema as a child.
Nice.
Oh, it's funny because I seen the year and I thought it said 1937.
No.
I was going to say, wow.
Oh,
Special effects for, yeah.
Yeah, 87 would be the right year. Yeah.
Oh, actually, I think I have seen that film.
I used to love that film when I was a kid, but I can't remember if it's any good now.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it as an adult. It's Dennis Quaid, Martin Short, Meg Ryan, Joe Dante directing. So it seems like it ought to be good.
Yeah.
I think I'm more of a fan of Martin Short now than I was as a kid. So.
You might enjoy
Don't do it. Don't go back. It could be could ruin it all. That fun memory of the cinema. 1937.
Oh dear.
But yeah, this is one of those episodes which has got things which put me on edge, like stuff coming out, inserted or coming out of eyes, and things inside your brain and ears.
Yeah, little baby Cthulhu, like not gnawing on your brainstem.
Actually, that was really cool with Joseph. He was showing multiple different views of his own brain. That's just something he can always do.
Yeah, to have like the little kind of cross section of Joseph's brain.
We should explain that their plan is to send tiny, tiny versions of Hierophant Green and Silver Chariot.
And keep them on the telly so the lads can control them like a video game.
Well, no, they seem to be able to control them without that. I think that's because he loses the picture for a while, and they still seem to be.
Oh, okay. I thought they were just swimming on the blood vessel, so as long as they don't move.
Oh, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah,
it's a genius plan. I did not see. I was thinking, how on earth are they going to conquer him?
Yeah, I couldn't figure it either.
Yeah, I remember, like, they planned to send him in, and I kept thinking they can't have send Polnareff in because like Polnareff can't see through his stand, so are they going to go back on their own rules already? But
yeah, they put it on the telly, like.
Yeah, put it on the telly.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair. They need a telly for Polnareff.
Oh yeah, it's all.
And they also need Polnareff there to ask the questions.
What's a brain?
To kind of make sense of it, because well, if stands are made of energy, then we can shrink them down. But later it's like, well, if they're made of energy, why can't we just go through that wall?
It's like, just cut it. It's fine.
Yeah.
It'll be microscopic, and the amount of blood that gushes through. Actually, that was Joseph's best. Oh my God, to date, I think. He really felt it.
Oh yes.
Well, but that tiny little cut's been like magnified multiple times. You're probably having like a massive migraine.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's really, really awkward to watch your own brain being cut up by tiny men on a TV while someone's breaking your legs.
It's going to stroke out if you're damn careful. Like.
See, for a second, I thought they were going to do the thing with his robot hand, and like your man was going to punch him in the robot in his left hand. So it wouldn't affect Joseph, but apparently it still affected him.
Yeah, because the pain's just in his brain.
Yeah. That made a lot of sense.
Yeah, obviously the biggest jerk thing that Dan does to Jotaro is use him as a bridge.
Oh, yeah, that was the most cringeworthy thing. Never mind tentacles popping out of people's heads. That was cringeworthy. I'm sorry.
It's when he's bouncing up and down on Jotaro. You're a really strong bridge.
I felt for sure he was going to try and step on his face, but he skipped that and started like scrunching his fingers into the ground.
If he'd stepped on his face.
No, it's going to be great to just see Jotaro go hog wild on that guy when they eventually best him.
It's going to be really an earned beating, yeah.
Can't wait. Actually can't wait.
That should be next week.
Mm-hmm. Seems that we're getting to a lot of the two-parters now. Things are heating up.
Man, I was saying it's a pity this one's a two-parter because it is super fun. Having too much fun to stop.
I know. Well, I gotta note that the half of the story that's outside of the brain and the other half of the story that's inside.
Yeah,
the brain. So it needs a bit of space, and they'll probably get through it, and there'll still be like another few minutes left in the next episode to set up the next guy who's going to attack them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the next arc after this is only 2 chapters, so they may just squeeze it into next week's episode.
Is that the son?
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. That's
okay.
That guy's a bit of kind of a punk. So.
Righty-ho. So that's this week's episode of Let's Go JoJo. Be back here next week for The Lovers Part 2. And in the meantime, check out our regular podcasts at secretofthesailormadness.blogspot.com and dynamiteinthebrain.com. Goodbye!
Bye.
See ya.
Although paintings on the tomb do the sand dance, don't you know? It's quick. Oh, hey, oh, they're falling down like a domino. All the buzz are men by the now they got the money on the bet. Go crocodiles. Oh, hey, oh, snap your teeth on your cigarette. Born top with the hooky pop sweat. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Walk like an Egyptian.